I keep thinking about a Warriors-Kings series. We've been talking about it a little bit on and off here today. The Kings have been fairly consistent all season in terms of being one of the more, in their third in the conference for a reason. The Warriors really appear to be getting hot at the right time. Jordan Poole's getting it back together. Like you said, Wiggins is coming back. From what you hear from Warriors fans, you're really starting to see Gary Payton. I can't remember. I kept calling him Gary Payton the third one time. You're like, wait, are we missing something? Are you talking about somebody else? I think it's GP2. I'm like, oh yeah. He's getting it. They're kind of seeing the same defensive intensity. I think they played the Spurs on Friday night, and the Spurs were doing similar things to the Warriors, but the Warriors dropped a 41-point fourth quarter on them. I think Gary Payton II had like a huge putback dunk, just full of energy and all that stuff. The Warriors are playing really good basketball. Nita mentioned Steph Curry. Klay Thompson got the most threes this season.
Yeah, it's great. I didn't realize how good of a season he was having.
About 40%.
Yeah.
From three.
Most threes he's hit in his career.
Well, because that's the only shot he has now.
Yeah. He's also throwing up.
He's definitely not the same guy. But you like to see that.
Still like scoring 22 a game, too. Yeah. You didn't expect that.
And then, you got guys like DiVincenzo, who just plays the game the right way. Great rebounder, high intensity defender, good passer. The Warriors look good. Would you be concerned? Because we talk about like the Clippers, they would be okay against the Clippers. I think, if they, the Warriors are definitely one of those teams where I don't think, and it's probably just has to do with the championship pedigree, but it's just like that would be kind of scary, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course, the Warriors are the reigning champions. They still have their core, without Kevin Durant, but still their championship core, right?
He wasn't part of the core.
Yeah, he wasn't part of the core, but he definitely was a big reason they won those second two titles after he joined. So, they're not... we were saying the same thing last year. It's like, it's the Warriors. What were the Warriors seeded last year? Like fourth?
I think they were the second.
Were they second? Were they that high?
I think so.
Okay, never mind. But it's like it's still
second or third.
Yeah.
They played Denver in the first round. I think Denver was like sixth.
Really? I thought Denver was like top last year.
I don't remember now. We should look it up.
I know, I really should. Anyways, my point is that the Warriors aren't the Warriors of the mid 2010s, right? It's 2023 now. Yeah, they won the championship last year. They're not as feared as they used to be, but they still got those same guys. They still have Steve Kerr at the lead. They're a scary team. Yeah. And what were the Kings against them this year? Have we beat them this year?
Yeah, they won the third game. But they lost the first two. They lost one. I think the first game that they lost to them was the one where Metu played the whole fourth quarter. The second one was
that was like the second or third game of the year.
Yeah, and then the second game against them was the controversial no call.
Oh, yeah.
They finally got him the third time.
What happened then? Yeah. I don't remember that game at all.
That's so long ago.
I do not remember that third Warriors game. How'd they win?
That was right before the Brooklyn game on TNT. That was in November.
So they haven't played the Warriors since November?
Nope.
And they play next Friday?
Next Friday, the last home game.
Next Friday or this Friday? This Friday.
This Friday, yeah. Holy hell. It's April.
Dang, they haven't just really... Yeah, I remember now. So I'm like, they play the Warriors 3 times in the first 10 games.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah, they did get it all... Man, what was that third game, though? I want to know what happened. I don't know, it doesn't even matter.
I don't know, but it was the only one that they played in Sacramento of those 3. And the Warriors are a terrible road team.
Yeah.
Even though...
Well, but that's what we were talking about last week, too, actually.
They're going to be able to travel well, and there's a lot of Warriors fans that have been, whether you like it or not, have been Warriors fans for a couple of years now. And they're going to come out and cheer.
It'll be interesting, though, if we do play the Warriors, like you said. And I think we were talking about this last week a little, too, is that Kings are a bad home team. But the Warriors are maybe a worse road team.
Oh, easily a way worse.
So it's kind of... So maybe it'd be beneficial that way.
Could be. But, it almost feels like a neutral setting.
Yeah, because then they're good at home. But the Kings are good at the road.
Yeah.
So it kind of just equalizes everything.
And another thing, too, is, like, Draymond said it before. Didn't he say it this season? He's just like, it's really hard to bring the intensity for a game in, like, October or November. Meaning, pretty explicitly, like, man, I'm just ready for the playoffs. And they know how to turn it on. I mean, that's, like, one of the things. They're just, like, blatant that they don't give a shit about the regular season.
Yeah, they haven't since they
No,
broke the record. Since they broke the record and lost the finals, they're like, okay.
I mean, like,
we know what matters.
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, it's just like kind of been the thing ever since Durant first went there. So when Durant first went there, it's like, okay, well, they'll win, 55 games or whatever, go to the playoffs and
steamroll everyone. Yeah.
Except for Kawhi Leonard.
I know Kawhi, Zaza Pachulia, dude.
But talk about like how important Kevin Durant was. Like, man, if Kevin Durant wasn't hurt.
No, yeah, for real.
And then Klay Thompson like risked his life in the final game. He missed 2 seasons of his career.
I know.
That's crazy.
He missed 1, and then he like.
Then he had a setback. It was like
No, he tore his Achilles after that.
Yeah.
So it was just like a different injury.
It was a knee injury and then an Achilles injury.
That's crazy. Poor Klay.
That's why it was so cool to see him come back. And he's like the most down to earth player.
Yeah.
People are always like, Steph Curry's down to earth. I'm like, he's not down to earth compared to Klay Thompson.
I agree.
Klay Thompson is
But it would be fun though, getting back to the Warriors Kings.
Yeah.
2 NorCal teams. Again, like you were talking about it, there was a lot of bandwagon Sacramento fans for Golden State because I mean, the hell were the Kings like in the last 16 years, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, went with the Warriors. I'm assuming we're getting some of those fans back, but like you said, a lot of them still exist. So it'd be nice to maybe. I don't know. I guess they're one of our bigger rivals, obviously, them and the Lakers, just for the proximity of the 2 teams as cities, and I don't know. It'd be kind of fun because, like, kind of sick of all the Warriors hats in Sacramento and stuff. Like, let's
to be fair to some of them, like a lot of people have been priced out of the Bay Area, so they live in Sacramento.
That is fair.
So there are a lot of Bay Area natives.
Yeah.
So they're not all bandwagon fans.
They're not all, but there are enough.
No, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Because, they talk about Steve Kerr without mentioning Mark Jackson or...
Yeah.
They never mentioned, like David Lee.
David Lee, dude.
I don't remember David Lee.
I love David Lee. I miss David Lee.
But that was like that transference from like David Lee to Draymond Green was like perfect symbolism for the change in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like David Lee, it's just like, I think David Lee would probably be a solid 5 in this league today, but man, that was it. But that would be a great series, and I think Cade Christensen said it for one of the Portland games, but it's like we're on track to have, for the first time ever, all 4 California teams are going to be in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts? Because like when the Kings were good, the Warriors sucked.
Mm-hmm. And the Clippers sucked too.
Oh yeah, can't forget about the Clippers. They had the longest
before us.
Yeah, they didn't they go like 20 seasons.
No, 15.
15.
The Kings like literally.
They broke that record.
The Kings have the NBA record of like the longest postseason drop.
Boy.
So I think they
second right now, or like the next highest right now is what, like Charlotte at 9.
No, I don't think it's 9. I think it's like 6 tops. Might be like 4. It was with Steve Clifford.
Steve Clifford.
That was the last time, like 6 years ago.
Clifford. Not working out too well this time.